Hi everyone, it's Bridgette and welcome back to the Employee Lounge podcast. Hello everyone, thanks for tuning back. Thanks for still listening to the podcast. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you for everyone that has reviewed my first YouTube video. It was very new to me and I'm so glad that I did it. Thank you all for your support. I'm also on other socials as well, so please follow me. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, so I'm going to put everything down below in the description. So please follow and like and comment and subscribe. So how's everyone doing in these unpredictable times? It's very crazy, right? I feel like we're going backwards. I really do. But I hope we'll get better and I hope everything will be fine in the end because it's a new year coming up. So we need to be better. We need to be healthier. We need to be stronger. We need to be ready for 2022. I cannot believe 2022 is around the corner. I feel like we just celebrated 2021. And now we're going into year 2022. Can you believe that? I cannot believe it. But it's just time to get our minds right and focus on our goals, focus on our wants, needs, and desires for 2022. What are your New Year's resolutions? Comment below. Let me know what's on your list. I hope it's something big that you have been putting off for a very long time. I hope it's something meaningful. I hope it's something that you procrastinated and just put off for many years. And I hope it's something that makes you happy. And I hope it's something that gets you out of your comfort zone, because believe me, getting out of your comfort zone is something else. So I hope you're doing something that pushes you to that limit, because it's such a rewarding thing once you get to that goal. So get your resolutions ready, get your goals ready, and make 2022 the best year ever. Okay? Because we can't be sad in 2022. We're already sad in 2021. So let's be happy in the year 2022. I know it's easier said than done, but we got to start somewhere, right, people? Right. So I hope everyone is okay and safe and healthy and just making it day by day, because that's all you can do now, right? That's just all you can do. So let's address some things. I got a new stand right here. My beautiful mother decided to make a comment on my previous stand, and I had to get a new one, and I really like it. So thank you, Mom. Shout out to you. Also, I'm loving this new setup right now because I feel so far away. I felt like the last one was a little bit too close, so this one seems like perfect. So hello out there. Hello. So I'm loving that setup. Okay, so we addressed the two things. And yeah, I hope you're doing well. I hope you are taking it day by day. And if you need to talk to someone, talk to someone. Like I always say, always talk to someone. Don't be afraid, and take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Okay, well, on to the subject of the podcast. As you can see in the title, I am going to talk about gaps on resumes. Because why not talk about the one thing that I just have such feelings about, right? This topic have just been so annoying to me, and I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but I guess I'll just start it off. I can only talk about my experiences too. So Yeah, so let's talk about gaps. If you're not familiar about gaps, gaps are these long yearly or monthly reasons why you haven't been working, and you have to put it on your resume and explain it, right? It's part of your resume. You are out of a job for so long because of X, Y, and Z. And gaps are very annoying because there are many reasons why there are gaps on someone's resume. And it could be personal, it could be professional, it can be anything, right? But you have to explain it. And companies want you to explain it. They do. They want you to explain why you have been not working for so long. And you have to explain it to the best of your ability, and you have to explain it in order to get the position, in order to get the job. So it's been a lot. It's been a lot with gaps, with me personally. Because yes, I do have gaps on my resume. And some of the reasons are personal. Some of the reasons are professional, right? So I have to explain that on my resume, and that is being brought up every time I am on an interview because I am out of a job for so long, or I don't have the quote unquote experience because of these gaps on the resume. And that's another story. That's another topic. But yes, gaps can hinder you getting a job. Gaps can be anything, right? Like I said, it could be personal, it could be anything. It could be like you have to take care of a parent, you have to take care of a loved one. It could be you, God forbid, or, I'm not trying to put that out there, but it could be that you were sick, or it could be someone else was sick. I hope that doesn't happen. Or it could be anything, okay? Or you have to take care of an elderly parent, your child, whatever. It could be anything. It could be professional. Let's say you want to go back to school. Let's say you took another job somewhere else and it was a good opportunity, you had to go. It could be that you relocated. It could be anything, right? Well, you have to explain that on the resume, and you have to explain that on the application process. Here's what makes me a little annoyed about it, because it's being brought up every single time, and I feel like every time it's brought up, it seems like they're putting, and when I mean they, I mean like recruiters or hiring managers, directors, whoever is putting a negative perspective to it. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. I feel like, and I understand, I've done recruiting. If you're not aware, I am an HR professional. And I understand that. But I also understand that if they're explaining it, people have reasons why they're leaving their job. And I don't think it should be frowned upon because they're leaving their position for this reason. If it's a good, valid reason, yes. A legal, valid reason, yes. But if it's something that is illegal, then obviously that's just a no, because I don't know how you can explain that, but that's on you. And if you have done it, well, you are one of the very lucky ones, and you should teach a class, I guess. But anyways, so my thing is that I don't think recruiters or HR professionals or managers should put a negative bias to it just yet. Like, hear the person out. that person could be going through a lot. And the fact that once you're saying everything to this recruiter or this manager, they're already thinking that you're going to be this problematic employee. Like you're the reason why. Like you got fired, you got this, you got that, and you're just covering up. And I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. But they're already putting that negative spin on what you're saying, and I think that's not fair. I think that's not fair. And I can't stop people from having a bias or having their opinions, because everyone is gonna have their opinions. It's just common. Everyone's gonna have opinions. But come on. Come on. Why would I lie about something personal? Why would I lie about something professional? Why would I lie in general on an application? Because I know I'm not going to get the job if I do lie on the application. So why would I lie? Like, this is what happened. This is what's going on. I'm not lying. But I feel like every time you or someone or myself apply for a job and you have gaps on the resume, it's just going to be a problem. And that's why I say corporations, everyone working in organizations need to have some type of empathy. I guess I would say that's the word, for those that are applying for jobs, because I feel like that's gone out the window. I feel like no one wants to hear anyone's stories anymore. They just want you to have like so many years of experience and be this perfect employee. And I don't think that's a thing either. There's no such thing as a perfect employee, but apparently there is, because that perfect employee will have 10 plus years, the right education, 10 plus years at one job, 10 plus years at one job, the right education, employee of the month, all the awards. That's what they want. And there's no such thing. There's no such thing. And I know we have to start somewhere. So I really think we as in someone in an organization should talk to top management. Like, talk to them and let them know, like, hey, I don't think we're going to get the perfect employee for this position. So how about this person? How about this person? How about this person? But no, I'm really 100% sure that someone is going to be like, well, no, I want the perfect employee. And I get that. I understand that. But gaps are a thing. Gaps are a thing now. This is what's happening in the world. People have gaps on their resumes. Understand that. I hope someone does. I hope someone understands that, because if you don't, I don't know what to say, because it's happening. It's every day. I'm sure a recruiter or a manager or a director have seen a resume that is not perfect, but is still not giving them the position because of gaps. And I'm sure other things, but I'm sure gaps are the number one thing. Well, I think it's pretty up there. But that's why I want to say that we just need to normalize gaps. Why do we need to normalize gaps? Because it's normal. Normalizing gaps are normal. And we just need to understand that there are no such thing as perfect. Perfection is out of the window. And we need to understand that resumes are telling a story, and we need to understand that they're telling a story. This is what happened. Okay, this person had this person had that, this person had this. Okay, and understand that. But I feel like that has gone completely out the window, and everybody just wants to follow this perfect world type of style for recruitment, and I don't know how we could still manage that in future years. I mean, if you're a recruiter, or if you're an HR professional, or if you just want to chime into this subject, please let me know. Please let me know. Also, let me know if you have a perfect resume. Do you have 30 plus years on a job, or 10 plus, 15 plus? I don't know. But let me know if, comment below. Let me know, what do you think about this whole gaps thing? Because I'm so confused and annoyed about it. Because every time you have to explain it, I feel like it's just the most annoying thing, because every time you explain it, you get more and more bias, and then you don't get the position, and then you have to start all over again. And it's just ridiculous. So let me know your thoughts below on gaps. Let me know how that have hindered your application process. Let me know, what do you think about it? Comment below. So I think corporations need to change when it comes to recruitment processes. And I don't know if they are changing, but I think they need to change. I think corporations need to have some type of meeting or something between them and their talent management team, and really just go step by step and wondering why they are not getting people in their in their corporations. Like, why? Go through it with them. Read the resumes with them. You cannot tell me that you're going to bypass some really good future employees that could be a part of your corporations. And if you are bypassing them, why? Why? Obviously, it has to be more than just gaps. I understand that. But if gaps is the only reason, then we have a problem, because you're going to pass up a good employee because of gaps on a resume. That doesn't sound like a good reason to do that, but I'm sure it's happening. And I'm sure that good employees have to go ahead and start all over again in the application process, because they keep getting passed up because of the resumes. And yes, if you're wondering, oh, but have these employees changed their resumes, updated their resumes, get some feedback on their resumes? Yes. Yes, they did. Because I'm going to be honest, I have had my resume updated, and still I feel like it's going nowhere, all because of gaps. And if you're wondering, oh, well, if you have gaps, then you don't have experience. I do. I do have experience. I feel like the gaps are outweighing the experiences on my resume. I'm going to be honest. And I know it has to start from somewhere, and I think it has to start from the top. The top has to be like, okay, well, we need people. Let's revamp this recruiting process, and let's bring in these people. Let's make sure we can get good employees. Yes, they may not have a long work history, but they have work history, and they can work. And they haven't done anything illegal. Let them work. They seem like a good fit. That's what I would love in a perfect world, but I know that corporations and businesses are very different now. But I mean, I feel like these businesses and corporations have to do better. What do you all think? Let's comment below and start talking about this, because as you can see, I'm just a little confused, a little annoyed by it. I feel like gaps can ruin someone's chance at a really good job, and this whole mentality of having 10 plus, 30 plus years of experiences has to just change up a little bit. It does. Like, we're in 2021. Things are happening. Things are happening. Let's adapt to what is going on. Okay, people are not working for many reasons now, or they have decided to not work and now thinking about going to work. So they're going to be out of a job for a period of some time. And then what? They're deemed like they just can't get a job because they've been out work for so long. Well, yeah, they had to. 2020 and 2021 have been crazy years. So yeah, they had to stop working. We just can't deem them as unfit applicants. No, they have experience. They can do the job very well, might I add. Very, very well. But again, I feel like every time you go on a job interview, you have to keep explaining and keep explaining and keep explaining, and it's so tiresome because you're already thinking, okay, well, here I am explaining myself for the umpteenth time, and this time it's not going to get any better, so why even bother? Right? If that's what you're thinking about right now, then I know that feeling, and it's a lot, and I'm so sorry. We need to just try to get a little better. We, as in corporations, please get a little better for the new applicants. Really review the applications too, because I feel like once they see something they don't like, it's done for. And that's not fair. That is not fair. Also, I have another thing to bring up. Is it still one page for a resume or 2 pages? I know everyone's going to be like, no, Bridgette, it's 1 page and 1 page only. But when I had my resume updated, they told me that 2 pages are acceptable now. And of course, back in my day, 1 page was the only option for a resume. So I don't know why they said 2 pages are acceptable. I'm thinking 2 pages are only acceptable when the person is a scholar, like if they publish something or that type of person, right? I did not think 2 pages are acceptable now. So please let me know, comment below if that is right, because I'm confused with that. And I don't think I will ever do that and send in 2 pages, but let me know, because I'm confused and I need to know what is the right thing. What is the norm for resumes and the pages now? I'm so confused. So confused. Anyways, going back to gaps. Yes, I think we need to normalize gaps. I think we need to make sure that all applicants have a chance. All applicants should have a chance. Please review. If you're a recruiter or HR professional, manager, whoever, please review the applications. Like, thoroughly review. Just don't send out that beautiful, beautiful denied letter. Like, yes, those denied letters are just, they're something else, right? Like, you just look forward to them, right? Because I don't know, but yes. So before you send the letter, really thoroughly review them and make sure you're not denying someone that could be a really good fit to your organization. That's all I ask. That's all I want. I know I'm just one person, but I'm sure a lot of people want that too, because we need to be fair here, and we need to be fair. And I know I'm just like, preaching to the choir. And I know people are probably like, why is this girl complaining? Why is this even a thing? Because let me tell you, the more applications you submit and the interviews you have to go on and you have to explain those gaps, we have to come to a common ground and say enough is enough. I'm not saying hire someone because of gaps and because you feel sorry for them. I'm just saying that we need a fair and equal process. That's it. And I hope every organization have that, because a gap on a resume should not be the only reason why this person does not have a job when they have experience, education, skill set, everything. But I just feel like gaps are outweighing all the good from a resume. I know that sounds crazy, but I just have that thought. Like, yes, gaps are outweighing all of the good that is on that resume. And someone needs to bring this up. I'm sure other people have. I'm sure this is on every YouTube channel, but someone needs to bring this up because, well, like I said, I'm sure everyone did, but we need to keep making it a thing. We need to keep rallying behind this. We need to keep saying that we need to make this change, because honestly, think about the future. Think about all of these new grads and all of these people looking for jobs, and then they can't have it because there wasn't a change. And we need to start making a change now. And we need to give people a chance. We really do. We really do. And I'm sure everyone's like, well, if we're talking about gaps, we need to also talk about people with no experience. And I agree, because let me tell you, on to another subject, people that don't have experience, it is hard to get a job too. So we need to make some type of change in recruitment, application process, everything, because if you don't have experience, that can also delay you into finding a job. So we need to make some serious changes in getting a job. We really do. And I know it just starts at the top. It does. So if you're a CEO, a manager, a director listening to this, I know it's a it's a fat chance, but still, hello CEO, hello manager, hello hiring director. If you're listening, just know we need to make a little start at the top, and we need to make some better changes. I'm just saying, we just need to make some better changes in that whole process, because you really have some talented people. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, we just need to start somewhere. So that's why I'm just making this podcast all about resumes and gaps and experience, because the stories I can tell, it's a lot. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that is experiencing this. I'm sure a lot of people are experiencing this. And if you are, I understand, and I'm right there with you. And I'm so sorry you have to go through this. I wish you all the best in your job search, and I hope things get better, because I just don't understand why people are still out of employment if they are qualified and ready to work. So if you have any thoughts on this, comment below so we can have a discussion, and let's start making some changes. Let's start. It all starts with one person, so let's start making that change. And it also starts at the top, so let's start making that change as well. So everyone, thank you for listening again to this podcast. I really do appreciate it. I hope you learned something from this. I hope you resonate with it. So I am so sorry if you're going through this as well. So thank you for everything. Hope everyone is doing well and safe and healthy. So thank you for listening, and take care of yourself. Bye, coworkers.